Hello folks, it's me, the old deplorable basket case here. I want to talk a little bit about identity, and what goes into making an identity. There's a lot that can go into making an identity, and a lot of it is chosen by each individual person for themselves. But sometimes not. Sometimes identities are kind of forced on us. For example, if you're a mother and you have a baby, then your identity is very much defined as a milk producer and a bottom cleaner. Identity can also be defined by political processes. For example, I am a deplorable basket case. This video is prompted by a comment left by a not smart person. I will be using the word idiot a lot in this video. So I posted an earlier video entitled "There Were No Germans at Castle Itter," in which I talk about the fact that at Castle Itter there were Austrians, and so many people don't call them Austrians, but just call them Germans, which is very irritating to me. I think it's very insulting to those people because they identified as Austrians and they were willing to fight and die as Austrians, to be Austrians. They were the Austrian resistance. As Stefan Radev pointed out, and again, thank you for pointing this out, there were serious flaws in that video. I posted a second video, but that is not where the comment went. So this other person commented, a person named Eric Gobig, apparently, an idiot, commented, "So does that mean Hitler never annexed Austria into the Third Reich? You aren't correct, fella. They were German until 1955. Being drawn into a political state does not completely erase one's identity. If that were so, all the Zulus would become English in 1879. Okay? Just imagine all the conversations that would have happened. I mean, okay, Ireland, 1797, the Act of Union. An Irish fellow walked up to another and says, "Hey, you hear? We're all English now." Second Irishman says, "What? But what about our culture, our history? We speak a different language. We are racially different from English, for heaven's sake." And the first Irishman says, because now an Englishman says, "Nope. An Englishman drew a line on a map, and now we're all English." You've got to be an idiot to think that. A real idiot you've got to be. Another thing that displays this person as an idiot. They were German until 1955. 1955 is when the Allied occupation ended. The political union ended in 1945, which I pointed out to this person, and this person completely disregarded. The Allied occupation, the 10 years of the occupation, the two were completely separate. There was no political union. There was no political connection. They were occupied separately. Laws were different. The denazification process in both countries was completely different. Idiot. And this person went on in a reply. A basket of deplorables, agree to disagree. Neither one of us were even there. But I'm going to go with the rest of the world on this one, that they were German because they're making a damn movie about it. Every book they made about it says they were anyway. Because they're making a movie about it, you haven't even seen the movie. So you have no idea whether or not they're called the actual Austrians Austrian yet. The fact that they will be making a movie about it at some point is an incredibly stupid reason to say or believe anything. Also, every factual book about the Battle of Castle Itter calls the Austrians Austrian because they were Austrian. They spoke the Austrian dialect. They were an Austrian culture. They were Catholics, for heaven's sake. Austria is very, very Catholic majority. The rest of Germany is, or at least was, very, very Protestant majority, which caused an awful lot of problems for the Nazis during the war, in fact, because Austrians demonstrated and almost revolted over the T4 program. I think it was a T4 program. Euthanizing old people and disabled people. Austrians didn't like that. Their Austrian culture made them much more opposed to it than the Germans. And identity. Identity is the point of this video. Right. So identity is important. How you identify, how you are identified. Identity is more than words. Identity is more than a label. Identity is very much the idea that you have of yourself and what other people have of you. And this can radically affect you, your life, and the people around you. If you identify yourself as being a strong-willed person, as being a person who will not stand by and who will not let yourself be pushed around, if that is your identity, if that is what you think of yourself as, then you're much more likely to be that kind of person if you identify as being a person who's easy to push around. And no, didn't think this video through very much. Like I said, prompted by a comment. A little angry about it. Identify yourself. Make up an identity for yourself and be that person. Identify yourself as being the kind of person who you want to be. And bear in mind where you come from, your history, your culture, because that does not vanish. Okay, when Lithuania was annexed by the Soviet Union in 1945, they did not all suddenly stop being Lithuanians until 1991, when presto changeo, they're all Lithuanians again. I'm sorry, I digress again. This idiot really pisses me off. Stupidity offends me, which is a real disadvantage when I'm on the internet, because there's so much of it out there, isn't there? I mean, even I can be stupid sometimes, you know. I'm aware enough to admit that. I identify as a person who can be stupid sometimes, because I know I can be. Kind of rambling here. I'm sorry, I'll stop this now. Just, thank you for watching, and know what your identity is. And don't let other people change who you are, who you think of yourself as, who you identify as. Which is rather a roundabout way of saying that, I think. But anyway, that's all. Thank you for watching. Please comment below with anything you have to say, and have a good night, and God bless.